deserted sailing barge. The camera pans across a fog-cloaked shoreline, rocky, cold, and desolate. A lone vessel lies beached, its sails silent, its hull intact. This is the Zebrina, a three-masted sailing barge built in England in 1873, once mundane, now horrifying. It drifted ashore at Rosal Point, on the coast of France, in October 1917, carrying a cargo of coal. There was nothing physically wrong with her. The hull was undamaged, only the rigging slightly disarranged. Yet aboard this seaworthy ship, not a single soul remained. No crew, no storm casualties, just empty decks under a sky choked with mist. The scene feels frozen in time. The galley fire still smolders. A meal sits uneaten on a dining table, and the captain's log lies open, its final entry marking departure from Falmouth 2 days prior. Why would a ship sail itself to shore with its crew vanished into thin air? This is the unsettling premise that propels our story, a visceral dread born of silence, absence, and unanswered questions. As narrator, you describe it in haunting, minimalist tones. No cries for help, only the hush of a mystery. Eerie Domestic Scene. Inside the Zebrina, the normal shapes of home now feel grotesque. A table is laid as if awaiting its diners. The galley hearth still glows faintly with embers. Coffee pots and plates remain untouched, frozen in a moment that should be alive with human motion. This domestic scene, balanced on the edge of familiarity and horror, makes the emptiness impossible to understand. Were they preparing breakfast when something intervened? Did an unseen force sweep them away, not by water, but by terror? Your narration lingers on the intimate details. A half-full mug, a cloth that should have dripped with life but remains still. The absence becomes presence, a ghostly imprint. The audience senses that something unforgivably unnatural has occurred, vanished like smoke. 23 men boarded the Zebrina in Falmouth on a routine voyage. Among them were experienced sailors, Captain Archibald Martin and seasoned mates. The route, short, familiar. Yet just 2 days later, the ship lay ashore and the crew had vanished. There were no signs of struggle, no flotsam of bodies, no storm-tossed lifeboats, nothing. The water was calm when she grounded. The rigging was slightly disheveled, barely a whisper of disturbance. So where did they go? Swept by a squall? Kidnapped by a U-boat? Swept into nothingness? As narrator, you place the audience right inside that bewildering moment. The shock of discovering empty cabins. The human fear that what was once certain is now erased. Wartime's silent claim. The year was 1917. The cataclysm of World War I seethed across seas. The Zebrina carried coal bound for France, not gold or passengers, but in war, every ship was suspect. One theory suggests a German U-boat intercepted her. Perhaps they seized the crew thinking her a Q ship, an armed decoy. Maybe they fled before raising suspicion, leaving the barge intact. Perhaps their submarine never returned, claimed by the sea, or an Allied destroyer swallowed all signs. But if the Germans captured them, why was the captain's log left behind? War protocol preserved records of captures, but the log lay abandoned. Had they been interrupted in the act? Did a storm or approaching vessel force a hasty retreat, leaving behind this emptied shell? You intensify the narrative, the silence of the sea during wartime, the threat behind the bow, and the chilling possibility that no eyewitness remains to tell the cause. Unanswered Werewolves Echo. In the years that followed, no official record emerged to explain the Zebrina's fate. Germans claimed no attack occurred. Allies found no missing crew reports. The mystery echoed across cemeteries and archives, names etched on war stones, but no bodies to bury. Folklore would gather around this ghost ship. A barge with dinner still set, crew gone. It joined the ranks of Mary Celeste and other maritime legends, but unlike myth, this was history too strange to dismiss. You, the narrator, consider the human cost. Each man had a family. each step into the unknown had its last footprint erased. The audience should feel the weight of absence, the rip in reality that remains unresolved. Sea's quiet verdict. Decades passed. The Zabrina was refloated, repurposed, and ultimately met her end in 1953, destroyed by fire after a lifetime of service and mystery. Yet even as she burned, the core horror remained, not of destruction, but erasure. The crew's story died with her, a vessel consumed by flames. Its final secret remained intact. You close the narrative with a lingering question. Does the sea keep our stories, or does it judge us silent, indifferent? Let the last line hang softly. The ocean saved its secrets, and in the end, claimed them